Welcome to EE541 Antenna RF and Microwave Laboratory. Today we will be doing the experiment 3, which is horn antenna measurements, and the aim of this experiment is to plot the radiation pattern in E and H planes and to determine the 3 dB beam width in both the planes, and will also compute the directivity. We will also determine the gain using the two identical horn antennas and calculate the radiation efficiency. So the microwave bench setup for this experiment is shown here along with the turntable for antenna radiation pattern measurement. The first equipment here is the Klystron power supply along with the cooling fan, and this is connected to a Klystron mount followed by an isolator, and which is connected through a frequency meter, and this is followed by a 20 dB attenuator, and the signal is detected using detector mount, which we will see through the VSWR meter. So getting into the experiment, this is the Klystron power supply, which provides a beam voltage of 300 volts and a modulating signal, a square wave of 1 kHz frequency, and this is given to the Klystron mount. Here it generates the RF wave, which is then passed through an isolator, where you can see that the transmission is only in one direction. And so after the isolator there is a frequency meter, and it uses the cavity resonator principle. So by rotating this frequency meter, we can check at which frequency we are getting the dip, and that actually tells us the RF frequency where the power is getting absorbed. And the frequency can be seen where the horizontal and vertical line meet, and that is the frequency where the RF signal is being generated. And the resonant frequency, we can see it as the 9.63, and it is noted down. So now after generating that RF wave, we will set the transmitting power using an attenuator and VSWR meter. After setting the transmitter power, the detector mount is replaced by a horn antenna, and it now radiates a power of 30 dB. We will set the 30 dB using the VSWR meter, and the tip will show a 0 dB deflection. Now the detector mount is replaced by a horn antenna on the transmitting side, and this detector mount along with the VSWR meter is connected at the receiving side, and we will connect a horn antenna at the receiving side to get the output power. So this is the horn antenna. It has a feed, a rectangular waveguide, and a flare. So here we will give the EM wave through this feed, and as we know that the electric field distribution in a rectangular waveguide is vertical and the magnetic field is horizontal. So we say that vertical plane is the E plane and horizontal plane is the H plane. So here we connect both the receiving and transmitting antennas in H plane for the first measurement. The far field region starts from 2D square by lambda. So here the D is the highest dimension of an antenna. So here in this experiment, our antenna is a horn antenna. So the highest dimension is along the diagonal of the horn. So we measure it, and you can see that it is up to 12 centimeters. Now after measuring the 2D square by lambda, it came out to be 92.5. So we will keep the distance between the transmitting antenna and the receiving antenna to be more than 92.5 centimeters. Now the distance between the two antennas is taken as 110 centimeters. Now the output power is received through the horn antenna and is detected using a detector and we observe the power output on the VSWR meter. Now we can see that there is no deflection in the VSWR meter as it is unable to detect the transmitted power, which is very low. So in order to amplify the received power, we use the range dB switch to increase the amplitude. Now you can see the deflection on the VSWR meter. Here the range dB switch is kept at 50 dB and the output power is now measured. As you can see that the needle is pointing at 1.25 dB. So this is the measured output power of the horn antenna. After we have obtained the output power, we now calculate the gain. We have set the input power to be 30 dB and we got the deflection at 1.25 dB and the range dB switch is kept at 50 dB at the output. Now substituting these values into the Friis transmission formula and we will find the gain. And here you can see that the gain equals to 4 pi r by lambda naught into square root of PR by PT. Now for the measurement of radiation pattern and for the ease of measurement, we will set the power output at 0 dB at 0 degree with respect to the transmitting antenna. So for measuring radiation pattern, we will use a turntable for rotating the receiving antenna in both clockwise and anti-clockwise directions, and we will be doing in steps of 5 degree. We then note the power for each 5 degree from the VSWR meter. Now let's measure first in the clockwise direction. So now we rotate 5 degree and it can be seen that 0.2 dB is the output power on the VSWR meter. After that again we rotate it by 5 degrees and we note the output power. Now it shows 0.4 dB. Again rotate it by 5 degree. Now at 15 degree we got 1.1 dB. Now we will see where we are getting 3 dB and it is obtained at an angle of 18 degrees. So from this we can say that the 3 dB beam width can be obtained at 18 degrees. In the clockwise direction. As we have obtained the first part of the 3 dB beam width, so now we will repeat the same procedure in the anti-clockwise direction. Now we again start from the 0 degree and we rotate it in the anti-clockwise direction to get the output power at different angles. Antenna is rotated in anti-clockwise direction. By rotating it by 5 degree, we can observe an output power of 0.2 dB and by rotating it another 5 degree, so at minus 10 degree it shows a power of 0.4 dB and now by further rotating it another 5 degree we can observe a power of 1.2 dB. From here, as we go further, it is observed that the needle is crossing the 3 dB. So we will measure the angle at which we are getting 3 dB and here it is showing a 3 dB point at 16 degree. Now by adding the both 3 dB positions in both clockwise and anti-clockwise, we get 3 dB bandwidth of 34 degree. So finally the measurement of horn antenna in H-plane is done. Now we will repeat the same procedure for the E-plane, and here as we are measuring it in the horizontal direction, we need to use a twister so that the electric field becomes a horizontal one. So the twister is connected between attenuator and detector, and in the same way we will keep the 30 dB through the range dB switch on the VSWR meter And at the receiving side, the horn antenna is kept in the E-plane. Similarly, we will now replace the detector mount with the horn antenna in the E-plane, and we follow the same steps which we have done in the H-plane measurement. Now the E-plane horn is connected at the receiving side and the power is detected using the detector, and you can see that the output power measured on the VSWR meter is around 0.5 dB. Now we will measure the radiation pattern, and for that we will use the same turntable, and here we will repeat the same process. First we will be going in clockwise direction and then anti-clockwise direction in steps of 5 degree. Just like before, we have to calculate the gain using the Fourier transform formula, and here the range dB switch is kept at 40 dB. So instead of 50 dB in the calculation, we will keep now as 40 dB and will calculate the gain. So after calculating the gain, we will now do the measurement for 3 dB beam width of the horn antenna in the E-plane, and we say that if both the transmitting and receiving antennas are in the same plane, then they are called copolarized. Just like the previous case, we set the output power to 0 dB at 0 degree with respect to the transmitting antenna. Now we rotate the antenna by 5 degree in the clockwise direction, and the output power is measured at 0.3 dB, and now by rotating it by another 5 degree, it is seen that it is crossing the 3 dB point. So we measure the angle at 3 dB point, and here it is observed at 9 degree. Now again we start from the initial position and repeat the same process in the anti-clockwise direction. After rotating the antenna by 5 degree, we observe a power of 0.1 dB. And moving further, at 10 degrees, we are getting a power of 0.6 dB. Now as we move further, the needle is going beyond 3 dB. So we will stop at the angle at which we are getting the 3 dB point. And here we are getting the 3 dB at 13 degree. After getting the 3 dB points in both the directions, now we calculate the entire 3 dB beam width, and it came out to be 22 degree for the E-plane measurement. Now after finding the half power beam width of both E and H plane, we will calculate the directivity by using the formula given in the handout. Now from the obtained data, we can finally get the radiation efficiency, and it is calculated by using gain and directivity. So all the students are requested to note down the measurements and calculate the gain, directivity and radiation efficiency. This is all about the experiment 3.